I do have an excuse to say I'm tired because I've just done night shift
Yeah.
and I'm here this morning to do this. So, my story, wow, what an exciting day, fresh after night shift, doing what I love, assisting in nursing at a nursing home, which is just new to me, just 5 minutes from home. First, I'm going to share a verse which emulates encouragement. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, and 2 Corinthians 12:9, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness, which is my two favourite verses. It's a great privilege and honour before God, my wife, family and church family. It wasn't till I was 15 in Ballarat where I started to learn about God at York Street Church of Christ, where I have found fond memories and I then discovered Jesus. My time with Fusion led me to venture to life in Powhatina and Launceston, Tasmania. After living between Melbourne and Launceston for 13 years, including much of struggles, trauma, faith with God. Where in Powhatina I met JJ 13 years before I got married. I've ultimately been blessed to be newly married to the most beautiful wife. And now with JJ, I'm a resident here in the Bayside, southeast Queensland. Since becoming a new resident of the Bayside, after I was born in Melbourne and raised in Ballarat, till I was 18, as I was awarded the state. There post-high school, I had ventured to Powhatina and Launceston. Sadly, 16 days ago today, my heart was crushed. My mum, my foster mum, sadly passed away with a brave fight of cancer, who was one of my many supporters of going to church, getting involved and reminding me to stay a part of the church. And in her last days, I got the privilege to share them in text of those Bible verses of my favourite. First of all, I wish to say I was super proud of my wife JJ for making her decision to become a soldier in 2019. I had decided in my faith walk I just wanted to support her and encourage her journey. I have been very reluctant to make a public declaration of soldiership or membership in the church, ultimately due to church's lack of support when I have needed it. So I've always held tightly to my home church of York Street Church of Christ. So I remember a church message before Christmas and the New Year's. While I was an agency AIN, the pastor had spoken an encouraging message of what 2021 would be like. What is God stirring up in our heart? What is God's calling us to do? Since that very message, I felt a stir in my heart and felt I had to make the decisions to be willing and open to strengthening my faith journey, and felt it's about time to be obedient to God's calling. It was not about my own journey, but it was more clearer now that I'm needing to follow God's plans. Now as a journey in soldiership, as husband and wife, as one. It's exciting today I get to make this covenant. I am proud to be able to use my faith and this church family to be an inspiration within my workplace and in the wider community using my God-given talents. I am humbly privileged before God, our church family, to be alongside Dan and Lisa. Your family is humble and special and beautiful. I'm in awe of your inspiration and encouragement. I also wish to special thanks to my loving wife, JJ. One of her amazing traits is that she's very out there and very bold in her faith. And I feel very privileged that I can use that in my workplace and be able to be the love of God through my church in caring for the elderly in this community. To my loving mum, foster mum, if you're watching this special day, God bless your soul. Your love and willingness to help anyone when you needed, even when you needed the support the most. To Rob and Rose, to Bruce and Jean and Steve, Laurie, Lyndall and Rona, who have all been able to help me in life journey walk and who have been super encouraging. A very big thanks to Scott and Natalie, our church leaders, our small group host, our beautiful small group members. You're all special in unique ways. What an honour and privilege it's been today. I'm in the army as of today.